Hey, what's up everybody? Mike here with another Q&A for you. We've got 15 questions for this week. A lot of you guys ask questions. I appreciate it. I really do. Ask some more. I like answering questions. Okay, so I just want to address something really quick. The videos are not always going to be like this. Somewhere down the line I will change the style of these Q&A videos to where I'm not just recording my voice. You guys are listening, you'll see my face and I'll be answering them that way because it's funner that way, and I'll mix it up, do different things, whatever. So down the line, when I have a little bit more time, I'll do the videos different. So I'm not sure if you guys care or not, I'm just letting you know. So, first question for this week. How do you plan your stop motions? From Rod 1995-15. How do I plan my stop motions? Are you ready? Listen very closely. Very carefully. I plan them very carefully. Alright? Got your answer? Question 2. No, I'm just kidding. No, I plan them by, first I write the episode, and then if I need another scene that I think, needs to be there, I'll write a little bit more, and then I'll shoot it. The sets aren't big in my stop motions. They're usually little things I put in the background to make it look all colorful and different and everything. But and to hide my room, like to hide the books, the DVDs, the TV, and all that fun stuff. And then I shoot. It's very simple. Because once you write it down, it's like a storyboard. You know exactly what you need. I've already got the action scenes planned out in my head. So that's how I shoot so fast, because I've already got everything planned out and I know what needs to happen. So, right before you shoot. That's always better. It works out much better. Question 2. From Daniel C3B. What's the difference between a duck? I don't know what the hell this means. What's the difference between a duck? You are the difference between a duck, my friend. You are. I don't know what the hell. Yeah, that's your answer. Okay, you're the difference. That's so... Alright, question 3. What will TF4 be about? From TF Masterman. TF4 will be about, I've only got the idea. It'll be about the search for Starscream. And that's pretty much it. I've got a little bit more planned, but I don't want to give anything away because it'll ruin Origins, it'll ruin everything. So I don't want to give too much away. So basically it's just them hunting down the last of the Decepticons, and which is, of course, Starscream. So that's pretty much all I've gotten so far. But that's like a year off, so I'm not even going to worry about that right now. Question 4. What villains would you like to see in the next Batman movie? From Yeomans. Yeomans. Yeah. Next villains for Batman 3, or whatever it's going to be called. I wouldn't mind seeing the Riddler. Or maybe even Clayface. I'm pretty sure... I know they want to make it more realistic and not all the fantasy type villains, like maybe even Penguins. I don't want to see Penguin. I hope they don't do him, but I wouldn't mind seeing Clayface in a movie because I think he'd just be a good villain. Hopefully they don't make him like Sandman from Spider-Man 3. Make him a little bit more better. A little bit more better. Question 5. Hey, will Sentinel die in TF Origins? Because I absolutely hate him. From D. Hathor. So I actually altered his question because he was saying a little bit more, but I just altered it a bit. But anyway, he hates Sentinel and he wants him to die in TF Origins. Well, you'll have to wait and see. There's still 6 episodes left, so anything can happen. Episode 6. Wow, see, you got the... Question 6. Will you add War for Cybertron figs to your stop motions? From Frenzy Killer 909. I don't know. You know, there's just so many. We get so many figures all the time, and if I'm going to make a new series just because a new line comes out, I don't know. I don't think there's going to be that many figures to begin with. I think it's just a filler line that'll take us from, or that'll lead us into the next movie line. So I'll probably collect a few, but I'm not going to make a series that's surrounding the War for Cybertron figs. Question 7. What is your favorite TF Origins episode so far? From Naru652. Technically, my favorite hasn't been made yet because the last is always everybody's favorite. TF3 episode 3 was my favorite. TF1 episode 3 was my favorite, or episode 5, whatever it was, my favorite. It's always the last because it wraps everything up, it ties all the loose ends and everything, and it just. But right now, from what I've made, I think episode 1 is my favorite, just because it had the best acting. Well, I don't want to sound rude, but not the best acting, the most surprising acting from the voice actors that I got. Especially, like I said, Risco Vincine really surprised me, and it just began the series. And I think it began it good enough. I think it was well done by everybody voicing it. And yeah, I think the first episode is my favorite. I think I'm just blabbering on, but anyway, yeah, episode 1 so far. Episode. Gosh, why do I keep on saying episode? I think I've said episode a couple times. What the hell's wrong with me? Question 8. Besides Joker, who will be appearing in your Batman series? From Stacy Alex 532. There's 2 main villains in my Batman. It's actually just one. It's like a 15-minute stop motion. There's 2 villains, Clayface and Joker. Those are the 2 villains. Nobody else will be in it besides those guys, villain-wise. Question 9. What software do you use? From pretty much everybody everybody's been asking me that. Pinnacle Studio Plus 11 is what I use. I also use Power Director. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Power Director is one, and Pinnacle Studio Plus 11 is the other. And if you're going to do stop motion, get a stop motion program. That's the best way to go. I know some of them are pretty expensive, but it's better than like something like Windows or what I'm using. So go with stop motion programs if you can find one cheap. So, question 10. Will Origins connect with TF1, or will the same characters from TF3 be in TF4? From Calmarin. There's 2 ones there. I think he's trying to say Calmarin, or wants it to be Cal. I don't know. Sorry if I butchered your name. No, Origins won't lead up to the beginning of TF1. There won't be any connections, and I won't do a series where the Autobots go to Earth or anything like that. So, but it is in the same story line. They're the same characters in a way, but there's not going to be any connection. And yes, the same characters from TF3 will be in TF4, and a few new additions, of course. So, question 11. What's going to happen in Requiem Season 2 from the Hasten Studios? What will happen in Season 2 of Requiem? Well, a lot of answers, or questions, will be answered. All the loose ends will be, a lot of loose ends will be tied up. Not all of them, but new characters, a new battle, a new plot, everything. It won't be so secretive. It'll just, I'm not gonna hold you guys back and have you wait a week to find out an answer. I'll tell you all that. I'll tell you on the spot. So it's gonna be different. Probably be more action and longer episodes. I'm probably going to stretch it to about 3 to 4 minute episodes instead of just 2 minute. So, question 12. How do you make explosions? Wave one. That's a hard one. Wave Wonder 1. I use a program called what is it? Particle Illusion. That's where I get the explosions. And I also use Pinnacle Studio Plus for some other special effects, like the fire effect on episode 7. I got that from Pinnacle. I also got a snow effect, rain effect from Pinnacle. So, but I get the explosions from Particle Illusion. Question 13. Which RC fig will be in Origins from EC7? Animated RC. Of course. Fits in better with the characters because she's a Cybertronian car. So, and she will be appearing in episode 9, so be prepared for that. It's going to be awesome. Question 14. Why do we have to wait so long for a TFO episode? From Night Slasher 509. The reason why I wait a month to put a new episode out is because it gives the voice actors enough time to get me the lines. It gives me enough time to shoot it and to plan it out better. That way I can shoot it better. I can get more articulated movements out of the figures when I shoot it. It's just better to take your time, and that's why I give myself a month to do Origins. So, and an example with episode 7, I shot it in 2 weeks, and it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. There was supposed to be a chase scene at the end. Didn't put that in. The movements were really, they weren't fluid like I want them to be. I want to give it. When I have a character talk, I want them to use their hands as much as they possibly can, and I wasn't able to do that with episode 7 because I had to shoot it so fast. So that's why I just want more fluid movements, better action, and not so many hand shots that you've seen in the last couple episodes, because I've really rushed episode 6 and episode 7, so that's why I take my time. Finally, when does Requiem start again? From JD Birds. Not till September, so be patient. Got to get Beast Wars series and Origins done, and then Batman, and then Origins will begin. So, or not Origins, but Requiem. Requiem will start again in September. So that's all the questions for this week. If you want to ask a question, go to my channel and post it. I'll try to get to it. If I don't, I'm sorry, just ask again. And I guess that's it. You guys have a good weekend, and go Colts! Beat those Saints! Go Colts! Alright, I'll see you later.